in case you haven't worked this out, this is a Christian thing. And if you haven't already, then you should probably leave. No, I'm joking. And I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian for just over a year now. It's been a pretty good year, I have to say. And my talk is called If God Was Chocolate. It's alright, I'm not going to ramble on. I'm just going to tell you a bit about me, and then you might get some chocolate. Well, you will get some chocolate. I've wrapped up in that bag over there. So you will. But basically, I started off loving chocolate, basically, since I was like that big. So anyone who knows me will know that I love chocolate. I had some before the show. I was getting a bit mental, so I was like, I love some chocolate. Leah, you gave me chocolate, so I've got love for Leah, everyone. A lot of love for Leah. But yeah, anyone who knows me really, really well will know that bit of chocolate sort me out. But there was, like, well, just over a year ago, there was a point where I could eat all of Cadbury's stock and I wouldn't be very happy. And that was because I wasn't very happy. Now, this isn't going to be like some sort of like tear festival, it's alright. But, you know, a lot of people would say, we'll buy some more, wouldn't we? So a bit more chocolate, you know, have a bit of caramel, you'll be fine, don't worry about it. But I was in a place where, like, just you couldn't help. I was just sort of lost, and you could say I was a Kit Kat. My parents split up when I was 8 or nearly 9, and so it was like my life was a Kit Kat. It had gone from, you know, the two fingers snap. And usually when you make that snap, you think, oh, the chocolate goodness is coming. Or I don't know. But yeah, my life was a Kit Kat because I was split. I wasn't whole anymore, wasn't Annie anymore. And half, you know, one half of my life was with my dad. And when I was with that half, I missed the other half. I missed my mum. And then I'd get to my mum, and Dad wasn't there. And I think, hang on a minute, I'm missing Dad. I want it back. And it wasn't coming back. And that was quite hard to sort of get over because it wasn't coming back. And so, because of this, there was like this hole in my chest. Not literally, obviously, you know this, but, you know, just this sort of gaping gap in my life. And I was like, how am I going to fill this? So, I got a bit angry, actually. I got really angry with people and, you know, I took it out on other people, like the people that I loved the most, because I didn't know what to do with it. And I would boss people around, and the performance tonight, I'm like, I still do that. That's irrelevant, part of my story, therefore I boss people around when I was angry. You know, and then at school I would push myself really, really hard. And it would be like, if I didn't get the top mark, or the teacher didn't say well done, or a friend said you did really well today, I'd be worthless. I wouldn't mean anything to anyone. And so, you know, that was a bit, you know, it was like I had to get the A, I had to get the A star, because I wouldn't be worth anything to anyone. And then eventually, I discovered food. Now, food is a lovely thing, and I think we've all heard of it, but I would eat, and I wouldn't stop eating. I'd get home and I'd have another bit of food. And then later on I'd have another bit, and another bit, and another bit. And for a little while it made me feel better. It made me think, yeah, you're alright. You're alright. And then it just sucked that down again. You're not worth anything. And so, it just made the hole bigger, but it made me bigger too. So it got to the point, especially when I was at secondary school, I'd be like, you're a bit fat, Annie. You know, you're a Kit Kat chunky now. Okay, you know, this is getting a bit, you know, it's a bit extreme. You know, as tasty as I could have been, I was a Kit Kat chunky. You know, and there was like this voice in my head saying, you are ugly, you are fat, no one is going to love you because you're fat, because you're ugly. You're not a very nice person, are you, Annie? You know, look at you. Your friends won't hanging out with you because you've got stupid curly hair and they'll laugh at you behind your back. Right? And, you know, I felt like that tacky Easter egg chocolate. You know, have you ever eaten it? It's like the really cheap stuff and you eat it and you think, oh, chocolate. And you eat it and afterwards you want to be sick because it's disgusting. And I was like, I should be in an Easter egg box. But I wouldn't get opened because I'm not worth anything. So I was stuck. And Fat Annie was born. Oh, she was very nice, I didn't like her very much. As you can probably guess. So eventually it got to a point where I'd had enough of looking in the mirror and thinking, what are you worth? And I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to be fat anymore. I want people to like me. I want people to not, I want people to hang out with me. Not because I've got curly hair. Not because I'm a Kit Kat junkie. And they want a fat friend, they feel skinny and better than themselves. I want to feel better myself too. So, Mum got remarried. It was a very lovely day. You can see the pictures you know why. And I was very happy then. I lost weight. I dropped dress sizes. I was like, damn. You look good. Right? And, and then I think about myself again. And Fat Annie was long gone. Don't know if she was, right? And then I went to Ireland. Anyone who knows well enough will know that I love Ireland as well. That's right, I'm not diverting into Irish territory here, I was doing some chocolate. And I was there, and all I would eat was Caesar salad and drink water. I'm in Ireland, and I only drink water. See my problem? I get back, and I go to my mum, and she says, you look great. You've lost loads of weight. Look at you, you're beautiful. And I felt it. And I went back to school, and people said to me, you've lost loads of weight. Look at you. Look at you. And I was like, I know. Look at this, right? And, this is how I felt when I was fat. I was broken, right? And this is how I felt after I lost weight. I was whole again. I was Annie again. And I get back to school, I look around, and there's still people skinnier than me. There's still people prettier than me. There's still people getting better grades than me. And I think, hang on a minute. There's Fat Annie. She's running towards me with a Kit Kat in her hand. I'm not liking this. Right? So, I think I'm going back to it again. I'm down there again. I'm in the Easter egg box again. Oh no. And then I go to church. Now, slightly random to leave my story, but I went to church. I've known Lizzie down there for ages. Sorry, Lizzie, had to be done. But I've known her for ages, and I was playing my flute with the band here on Sunday. And I looked around, and all these people were so happy, like really happy. And it was like they had a chocolate that I'd never eaten before. And that was a bit nice, because I've eaten a lot of chocolate in my time. And I thought, hang on, where are you getting it from? I want to have a go. And Louise was preaching, as she does, and she was talking about the parable of the sower, which goes a bit like this. Listen, there went out the sower to sow, and it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell on the wayside, and the birds of the air came and devoured it up. Some fell on stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprang up, because it had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, it was scorched, and because it had no root, it withered away. And some fell among thorns. The thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And others fell on good ground, did yield fruit, that sprang up and increased, and brought forth, some 30, some 60, some 100. He said unto them, he that has ears to hear, let him hear. And a lot of people think of that as a fact. They think, alright, my faith won't be ground, so I'm going to grow right tall. And I'm going to have lots of fruit. I heard that, but I wasn't listening to that. I heard that this guy called Jesus, don't know if you've heard of him, right? I could get a star, or I could fail in bearing fruit, and he still would have died for me. He still would love me, make me whack with rat, and I was like, hang on. What's going on? And so I started thinking, and I started talking, and I started asking questions, and I was like, well, what has God got in store for me? Is it more chocolate? If it is, I hope so. And I started thinking, well, what if it's real? Right? So I carried on listening, and I carried on asking questions, but I'll give it a go and I'll read it. And I really wasn't that far away, because that night I went home and I was like, I'm going to read this, and I'm going to finish it all, and I'm going to, you know, it's going to be done. So, I got this booklet and I opened it, and there's lots of little prayers in there you can read, like some Bible quotes, you know, as you do. And I put my hands together like that. It's like, this is relevant, I'm not just like gesturing here for no reason. And I was praying and I just thought, why am I following this? I can talk to God. So I did, I started talking to him about, I can't remember, but I know he does, it's alright. One of us has got it on record. You know, and I had my hands like that, and this hand started to feel a bit tingly, and I was like, hang on a minute, something's going on, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable. So I took my pump, and I was like, you're an idiot, Annie. That was God's hand, and you just threw it away. It's like throwing away a full king-size Galaxy bar, right? And I was like, okay, put them together again. And it came straight back. It was there, like that. And I became a Christian. And it was that simple, and it was that quick, and it was there. So, sometimes, I do have bad days. And I think my friends will, you know, vouch for this. When I've had too much chocolate, I think, no guys, got a plan. Yeah, try to lose weight. You know, and I think, gosh, does it matter? God loves you, whether you're a size 28 or whether you're a size 6. So, the bit that gets me the most is that when I saw this, when I felt this, and when I thought all I ever would be was this, God saw this the whole time. And he loved me like I was that the whole time. And that's the bit that still gets me, because I was fat Annie. I wasn't worth being loved by anyone. And then this guy called God comes along and he's like, I love you, it's alright. So that hole I was talking about earlier at the beginning is filled. No cracks, no like, you know, some little man ready to dig me up again. I'm fine, I'm full and I'm happy. So maybe you're in the same place that I was. Maybe you look in the mirror and you think, oh my gosh, there she is again. Or there he is again. I don't know. Or maybe you think, I'm really not happy. I don't know what to do. Or maybe you're in a situation where you just think, I'm not getting out of this. I can't. Right? So I encourage you to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. I ask tons, and I still do, and I think my mum and Stuart will definitely vouch for that. Yeah, thank you very much. Go on the bus, take a look around and ask some questions, and please feel free to come and talk to me. Even if it's like the most ridiculous thing, like how do you spell Jesus? Might be a bit weird if you ask me that one, but that's fine. If you want to know, I'll tell you. Yeah? Alright? So, in my silver bag, I have some chocolate for you. So who would like some? One person would like that. Okay. Right, take some. And, you know, think and do. Because that's what God wants you to do. That's what I want you to do, really. Like what you did interesting. So, thank you for listening, guys, and I hope you have a really good night.